Imagine your site just completely tanked in the eyes of Google. I mean, traffic is dropping off like left, right, and center. You're having a nervous breakdown. You're sweating in the middle of your sleep. This is a reality that many brands have gone through over the last year because the algorithm has been crazy. Reddit is showing up in the SERP, and the helpful content update helped everybody except for a lot of content producers. One client came to Foundation asking, Foundation, we need help. How do we get our traffic moving up and to the right? We have decades of content that we've produced and we need to rank again. So we applied what we like to call the content growth framework, and we were able to help them take their traffic from about 2 million to 4. Let me talk you through how we did it. So the framework that we like to use, which we call the content growth framework, is rooted in 4 simple ideas that we like to say are kind of putting the marketing back in content marketing. What are they? So the first part is R, the second part is going to be C, then we have D, and then we have O. Now I'm not just throwing around acronyms to make you bored and get excited. R stands for research. You have to start the process with research. After you research your customers, your audience, the people that you're trying to connect with, you then have to create content that they care about. The content that you create could be video, it could be webinars, it could be podcasts, it could be infographics, it doesn't matter. You just have to create content that we like to say fall into the category of the 4 E's. Ross, what's the 4 E's? Educational content, engaging content, entertaining and empowering content. Once you create those 4 types of content, you now have to distribute those stories. Where do you distribute them? You distribute these stories on the channels that your audience is spending time on. The way that you do that, we like to call it the Sherlock Homeboy method, where essentially you're going out and you're finding the places in which your audience is spending time, and then you're spreading those stories there. You rinse and repeat this cycle, RCD, RCD, over and over again. Research, create, distribute, research, create, and distribute until you recognize that time has passed. And as time goes on, one of the most amazing things happens. That old content becomes old and the new content starts to show up in the search over this old content. So what do? You have to optimize. You optimize that content for search, for conversion, and for your product. You start to go back to these old pieces that you created and you optimize them. What do you optimize them with? With all of the things that your research that you're doing again tells you should include in these pieces that have been dated. If you do this, you will put the marketing back in content marketing and you will unlock more results from your content engine.